At the time of this being recorded, my Roblox account is 18 years old, and I felt like I had to celebrate that. So, how did this happen? Well, 18 years ago, my brother showed me Roblox. I remember that he saw it as an advertisement on Newgrounds, and since then, life has changed for me. I instantly loved it. It's so blocky, so cool, and I remember the first game that I ever played. It's Cool Complex by Crooked. It was just a funny little pool game. If you walk around it, most of it is broken, just like most old Roblox games. But I loved it. There were so many games I loved. I love playing Stargate. I love playing all sorts of mini games. I love playing Ultimate Paintball. I love playing Ultimate Build. I liked building myself. A lot of people wanted to build everything and destroy everything in that game. I was no different. That said, when I was building something, I was mostly spamming free models for the longest time. But I really started to try after a game called Teamwork Obby from Mr. Nice Guy popped up. I first really started to try when he announced that he would make a new Teamwork Obby game. I loved his original one, and he said that if you make a Teamwork Obby game, the best people can playtest his new one. So of course I wanted to hop on that. I think with the context that I was a 10-year-old at this time, this game was actually pretty solid. Sure, it's not that good. It's not gonna be an amazing game. But I put some genuine effort into that, and that is the first time I really put the effort in. After this, I made an alt account and started making more games with more serious efforts as not just endlessly spamming free models. Fortunately, I did lose this account, but that creativity was very special to me. There were 3 main games that I made on that account where I put serious effort into it. The first one was meant to be a haunted house. It would look like just a regular old boring house on a tiny hill. But if you would look into it, there would be some sort of mirror that leads you to a different dimension. Behind the bookcase there would be a hidden path with all sorts of mysterious artifacts. Now, there were some flaws in that game. I remember using the wrong form of your, for example, at a certain point. But I had so much fun making that. It was so fun to try and build something and to try to tell some sort of story with that haunted house game. I also made some sort of war game, and that was a blast to make too. It wasn't too good, but I think for the time, it was solid enough. I had some original-ish ideas in there, so that's at least something. And again, I didn't free model spam, so there's that. I also made a sword fighting game. Not much to say about that. It was somewhat like Sword Fight on the Heights. It was really hard, and I struggled a lot, but in that struggle, in that creative process, I had so much fun. And besides building myself, there's also so much joy in just the players. The players were unforgettable. The community is Roblox, right? I mean, how could I ever forget? I fought the real Shedletsky. I'm on his official channel. How cool is that? I couldn't believe it. I remember the day. His name was Telamon at the time. And I remember joining the game that he was in. It was on a bridge. And I remember he killed me like 2-3 times or something like that. I was so frustrated. I thought he was probably recording. And I thought it would be so cool if I could be there and actually kill him. And if not, to be on that recording at least. And I actually got my wish granted. And hey, that was the closest I got to you, man. If you didn't jump off that bridge, I totally would have gotten you. I still insist on that. That said, I must admit, he got the title of Sword Fighting Legend for a good reason. He was a tough opponent. I did not get him for a good reason. There are also other people that I think of. I could think of, for example, Zack Attack. I helped him playtest one of his games. I just happened to one day just wander on. I even had no idea that he was in the game at all. And I remember also playtesting during COVID with Samsung XVI with some other people. And of course, I also did have 2 encounters with Jared Valdez. And also a mysterious hacker that I believed to be 1X at the time. But I'm gonna elaborate more on that later in this video. Those are notable players that you might know. There are also some more personal memories that I have, like in Apocalypse Rising with Verifies, going in Game Roulette with Typhoon. Game Roulette basically puts you in a random game, which often enough would just be the default place, but hey, It was still fun. We would often dream about fame and glory. I remember being just 10 and trying to conquer the universe with Dierbet and Blockstrom, even if Dierbet and me often were rivals. We had a lot of fun together. But also just a few years ago with COVID, there were these silly camping games, and I loved using those games as a background to just talk to a friend. And I even took my favorite Roblox screenshot of all time there. Look at this. I still remember exactly how I read this. I read it like, Richie? Yes? You are an epic gamer! I screamed! That was so hilarious to me for whatever reason. I was not expecting this guy to say that with a statue face. There also is Mega Man 723 who apparently was called Maka Man 723. Talk about a poorly aged username. Since 2014, I read that username as Mega Man. Anyways, he was pretending to be Mega Man 765, a YouTuber, and I knew he was faking it, but I didn't care. He was a chill guy, and we hung out a bunch. This right here on the screen is even the recording of us meeting. That's literally the first time we ever were in a game together. And I can't forget the variety that me and Sly Conrad played, but we played some really strange games.
What's happening? I have no idea. I'm just gonna hit people with...
At other times, we walked 2 entire hours just straight ahead. There was this game where it was just like Roblox users, but in like alphabetical order or something like that, and it took us 2 hours to find our own profiles in that game. Literally, I don't know why the hell we thought, well, let's do this, but we were committed to it, and we actually found our profiles. But I'll never forget that. That was iconic. I still treasure and have treasured all those moments. But I did always dream of doing more, of making it big, whether with my games, but also videos. I entered this contest, but entered might be big. My brother, if anything, ended up dragging me into it after I think I pestered him a tiny bit. I really didn't do much at all, but I did win in that, somewhat. Got a silver trophy that I've been wearing ever since. Took another year before I actually started getting serious into video making, and I would credit people like R92, Fleshikiera, JJ5X5, and of course, Mega Man 765. My videos were trying to be a mesh of how they made their videos, but you can kinda imagine, I was 10 years old, which is the same age that I was also getting serious with trying to make some games. And just like my games, these videos were not that good. But I guess again, what would you expect from a 10-year-old? Probably not the greatest videos ever. Despite how bad those builds and videos were, I am happy I did all of that. Yes, a little bit is cringy and didn't age well, of course. But I was inspired to power my imagination. And that means something. I give Roblox credit to making me the creative person I am today. Anytime someone meets me, they often say that I seem like a creative person, and I don't think I would be anywhere near as creative if it weren't for Roblox planting the seeds of creativity within me. I always saw my creativity as a tool to give people a space. And by space, I mean a space to relax, a place to just unwind and have fun and look fondly at something in the moment and to look back on it happily. I'm not going to completely trauma dump here, but I did have a rough childhood, and those fun Roblox videos by those creators I mentioned, those fun Roblox games, those good people that I met in Roblox, they were everything to me. Those moments meant so much, and I wanted to give back. Yeah, I'll say it, I did like the idea of being famous. I liked the idea of people watching my content. And hell, I still like that. But it wasn't just about fame and glory. I wanted to give back. I felt like so many people have given something to me, and I wanted to return some of that. People on Roblox gave me a space, either with their videos or with their games, and I wanted to do exactly that, to return that favor to the community. Fortunately, I do feel like I failed at achieving that goal, and I'm trying to make up for it in my own way. I have learned that there are many Roblox historians that really care about old Roblox recordings, about old Roblox versions, and I have so many recordings of hackers, friendships, thinks that some Roblox historians care really deeply about old versions of games that are iconic to this day. I'm glad that there are people out there that appreciate those moments, and that I appreciate those moments right now. And there is some irony in this, because there is literally footage of me not appreciating Roblox the way that I should have. I know people will call this nostalgia blindness, and maybe to some extent it is, but I don't think Roblox was anywhere near as bad as I used to think it was. There were moments in like 2012 where I really was like, oh, this game changed way too much. People are way too annoying nowadays, and I think I really missed the mark on that. I really should appreciate more of what I had. In certain ways, current Roblox is overhated too. Yeah, there are some improvements that I could list, but this video is about my love for this game and all the people who made this special for 18 entire years for me. So I'm gonna leave that for now. To conclude my love for the people of this game, I want to circle back to this mysterious hacker that I mentioned at the start of this video. I believed him to be 1x for about a decade. I recorded this person hacking Ultimate Paintball by MyKit. I spent about 7 years looking for this hard drive that had the footage on it, and I got it somewhat recently. It took a lot of work to get that hard drive working, and I was wrong about this being 1x. For now, we'll call him N. N didn't really do anything malicious, he just spawned in a few blocks in Ultimate Paintball. And for months, I spent time looking for N. Who this person was, there was quite a long paper trail for N. And it seemed like a good guy that wanted to make sure people didn't get scammed or whatever. And he didn't seem to really hack for malicious purposes. It was more like, oh, this is possible. And eventually, I gave up and just started making my video on this individual. But just as I was about to upload it, I looked for a final time and I found N's current Roblox account. I got excited because I liked the idea of interviewing this person, but with a little bit more research, I unfortunately found that N had passed away already. And with stuff that I found out, I can't upload the unedited footage in good conscience, because I know there are still some people out there that know this person, and I don't want to potentially get them bombarded with questions about N, or people angry that N hacked at all. But I do feel like I have an obligation to mention N. They were my main motivation to dig up my old hard drive. They were my main motivation to recover old Roblox history. They were a big influence on me. They did activate a mystery seeker and a mystery solver within me. I mean, there's a reason I spent entire months chasing this person down, because I got this curiosity in me. So they were a big influence, and I feel like it would be wrong to not mention this. I really hope that N is resting well right now, and I wish it to all others that we lost along the way. For example, Eric Castle, who co-founded this game. Also someone like Nimbles, who touched the hearts of many with their game called Egg. I really have to respect that. To end this video off, I want to say that I will look at the future while carrying my past with me. I'll carry all the experiences and people that impacted me to the next adventure. It's true that I never made an impact through a Roblox video or game, but I did have one other goal while playing Roblox: to get this purple bandit top hat. I wore this suit with the intention to one day wear it, but I never did. I wore a lampshade, an astronaut helmet, a ninja mask that I used so it would look like I'm wearing a beard, an egg mixer, which I wore at the same time as my trophy hat, which wasn't even possible at the time. That was a glitch! That's right! I glitched wearing two hats at the same time. The egg mixer is a little out of place with my outfit, arguably, but I mean, how cool is it that I glitched that before you could even wear multiple hats? So I still wear it out of nostalgia. Anyways, that's enough sidetracking. I believe we all know where this is going. It's time to finally make a childhood goal come true. Now, I did always tell myself I would buy it with tickets after a place of mine would blow up, but I think after 18 years, it's well earned. Here's to many more fun Roblox games and creators. I can now truly say that life is Roblox.